Hey guys, it's Slave to the Games and I'm back with another video for Bloodlines 2. Thank you guys for stopping by and hopefully you guys enjoy the video and, well, thanks for hanging out with me. Let's get into this. A haven is the residence and intimate domain of a vampire where they slumber during the day and may labor during the waking night. By necessity, havens generally are secret locations or at least highly secure, ideally both. Otherwise, the vampire runs the risk of exposure or destruction at the hands of witch hunters or rivals, or worse still, the resident might become the victim of diablerie. Many vampires keep their ghouls or other retainers close by to watch over their slumber, especially if other kindred know the site to be a vampire's haven. In Vampire the Masquerade, havens are not normally directly represented via game mechanics. The nature of a vampire's haven is usually assumed to be representative of his resources, domain, status, and other social traits. Unusual havens are going to be listed next, and we're going to first start with chantries, the strongholds, libraries, and occult workshops of the Tremere. Not all chantries serve as regular havens for the warlocks who are headquartered there. Some will instead spend their days in personal havens nearby. The notable exception is the chantry's Regan, who will almost always dwell in the most secure portion of the chantry's heart. The same holds true for any high-ranking members of the clan's pyramid. Likewise, the gargoyle slaves who still serve the Tremere will rarely make their havens beyond the chantry's walls unless specifically stationed elsewhere. There's also the communal havens, a haven shared collectively by a pack of Sabbath Cainites. A coven or founded pack holds a permanent haven in their city, as opposed to the nomadic packs that hold no fixed residence. Some larger cities, such as Montreal, hold communal havens expansive and secure enough to simultaneously shelter multiple packs, or even all of the city's Cainites. There is also highway havens, portable havens ranging from RVs to sleeping bags. The term is often used ironically, as many highway havens aren't havens by any sense of the term, except in the sense that they provide some reliable cover from the sun. These are most often used by mobile neonates with meager resources to call upon, namely anarchs. Another one is Labyrinths, sprawling underground havens named for the labyrinth at Knossos that was built by King Minos, who may himself have been a Toreador. Such labyrinths have become increasingly less common since the Dark Ages, as the modern world has less free space underground to build such elaborate personal havens, thanks to, well, both the increasing kindred population and to the expansion of underground train and sewage systems. Thus, in modern nights, the labyrinth has been largely supplanted by, or synonymous with, the proliferation of warrens. Next will be temples, group havens of religious sects of vampires such as the followers of Set, the recently vanished children of Osiris, vampire faiths like the Cainite heresy or the Bahari, or other more obscure blood cults. As with chantries, those who worship here will often have primary residences elsewhere, though this was rarely the case with the obscure children of Osiris. And lastly are the warrens, the havens and domain of a city Nosferatu, which are often linked to one another via tunnels and catacombs known only to the sewer rats themselves. Warrens are often home to spawning pools, where vitae is pooled and animalism utilized to create grotesquely overgrown, fiercely loyal ghoul guardians from subterranean animals, or from animals that are not traditionally found beneath the city's streets, such as crocodiles. A city's warrens will sometimes be referred to collectively as the Nosferatu Kingdom. And the last subject for this video is going to be humanity. Humanity is a measure of how closely a vampire clings to the morality and values of mortal life, and consequently, how well they are able to resist the urges of the beast. Since every kindred was a human before their embrace, their most natural response in resisting the beast's feral, predatory nature is to cling to their humanity. This is generally represented by the strength of their conscience and self-control, virtues common to kindred and mortals alike. A kindred's humanity has a direct effect on the strength of the vampiric curse. Those who lose ground to the beast and lose their humanity find it more difficult to interact with mortals, to be active during daylight hours, and to awaken from long periods of torpor. Humanity is universally adopted by the vampires of the Camarilla, but even among the Sabbat it is the natural and most common way of dealing with the beast. Some vampires, however, reject the mores of mortal existence and adopt an alien path of enlightenment, in which they learn or construct a wholly different standard of morality. These often incorporate different virtues, conviction instead of conscience, and instinct instead of self-control, and establish a very different relationship with the beast. Replacing the morality of one's human life is a daunting task, not to be taken lightly, and generally impossible without the support of one who has already followed the alternate path. The practice of assuming a path of enlightenment was much more common in the Dark Medieval, when every vampire had to choose a road, a quasi-religious path to harmony with or control over the beast. Humanity was one of these roads, known then as the Via Humanitas, Road of Humanity. Though less common than today, the Road of Humanity was still the most natural road to follow. A vampire's humanity rating reflects how much of a character's mortal nature remains despite the curse of Cain. It influences how well a character may deny their vampiric state, as well as how effectively they may pass for a human. And for today, guys, that's going to be it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and once again, thanks for hanging out with me. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you did, and then optionally think about joining my Discord, checking out my merch store, and maybe joining my Patreon to help further support me and what I do. I hope you guys are going to have a great day, and I will catch you guys in my next release.